Oh, baby.
It's that shit, huh?
Man.
It's that bomb, baby. But like, yeah, like I was saying, East Tech, East Tech had a where that shell pack at?
What's your fact?
I seen a shell pack over here. I thought it was over there.
You know, it just had blunt that's on the
Oh,
chair.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, East Tech had a daycare in it. You know, we used to go there and shit. They had a daycare right when you walk in, and it fucking East Tech is down in the projects.
Uh,
They
I've never seen
actually
it.
they actually share a parking lot with the projects down there. Ken
Man,
Kennedy.
stop.
It used to be wide open, and then the other projects is across the street from the school. You know where Junior was going to school at first,
Mhm.
where I was dropping him off at.
Mhm.
That's the projects
That
right there.
one day.
Yeah.
Oh my
You can
goodness.
see the kids that go there. See how that kid was? That little
Mhm.
badass fucking
Little girl.
yeah, talking shit. It's like what the
All
fuck?
up in the business, just like all up in the conversation.
You see how the security was looking?
Like
That
a
nigga
little
was
girl.
fucking retarded too. Like what the fuck? Up to the motherfucking oh yeah, like I was saying about the home ec class, right? So it was this nigga sitting next to me. It was Terrence in front of him on the opposite side. We had the table, we could seat four people. And the girl, she used to sit across from me. I can't remember what the fuck her name was, right? But she used to always be asleep. And she was cute. And I used to be looking at these niggas like, who the fuck is this bitch? Always coming here sleeping and shit. Ain't never doing nothing. And she used to wear skirts. And she had a fat ass pussy. I used to look up under the table at this bitch. She was always sleeping. She would never move, like dead. So, I mean, sometimes she'd move. She'd get up. First, she'd be laying on her purse. Then that shit would go from the purse to the desk. Like that. And they'd be telling her, like, wake up and shit. But in home ec, it really wasn't nothing to do. Like, we would just sit there and politic. The teacher, instructor, whatever, be handing us papers and shit. And she really gave us those projects to get to, you know what I'm saying? To not have to deal with us for real. Like, every now and then be like, how is your egg, whatever. I kept mine in the locker. And I went home.
Oh my
Came back to
god.
school.
Oh my
And
god.
you know what, though? This is what she said. She told us don't keep them in the motherfucking lockers. She said if you keep them in the locker, I'll find out. And we was like, how? She was like, we so stupid, we kids. She like, I'll find out. Don't keep them in the lockers. Da 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 da. That went way over my head. The egg was spoiled when I took it back to her. It started stinking in my locker. I got an F. I got an F for that. Yeah, my nigga tattooed his. My other nigga tattooed his. He got an F for
Stop
that.
it.
Yeah, he colored it, put like African shit all over the shit. He got an F for
Why
that.
he get an F for that? He wanted his baby to be African.
You can't tattoo your kid, nigga. She was like, so you gonna put Mark? She was like, yeah, you out of here. Fuck out of here. The one dude cracked his and tried to freeze it.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And mine's just got spoiled and shit.
You got somebody who fried that baby.
Yeah,
You
the
got
nigga that was sitting
somebody
next to me,
who
he was like,
tattooed that
they was
baby.
like, and where's your egg? He was like, breakfast. Nigga, I ate that motherfucker. He was like, I ain't know I thought you was giving that to us. I ain't know we was supposed to. He ate it. Dog, I know he ate it because he tried to bring back another egg from another carton that he had at the house.
But she was going
Yeah, she was like, nah, this not it. He was like, I ate it, to be honest. I ate it. We was out in the hallway. I was like, that nigga, I said, that nigga project became breakfast. He was like, hell yeah, biscuit, breakfast.
So let me
Nigga,
let me
ate that
go down the
motherfucker.
line. Let me go down the line. Alright. So you got one who fried that egg, right?
Yep.
You got one who tried to freeze that egg.
Yeah, because it broke. The nigga dropped it.
You got one who tattooed that egg.
Mm-hmm.
And you left yours in the freaking box.
Mm-hmm. She was like, don't.
And then I'm right, even though it's not an egg, I'm still including her. And then that bitch just left for baby. She just left for
Yeah,
child.
she left that motherfucker. Like, it was crying in the locker.
Oh my god!
The one, for real, that's how she found it.
Oh baby.
That was the last year we ever did that.
Oh my god.
I ain't never seen nobody else do that. Them baby dolls and shit. I seen them bitches on the street. I seen one on the curb and shit when I was walking to the bus.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, we was real ignorant kids, man. We didn't care about nothing, man. We didn't care about shit.
Oh, baby.
They used to do like, cause every class had a TV in the room. They used to do the morning announcements and shit. Man, it was crazy, man. John Hay was wild back in the day, man. It was kind of like Lean on Me.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was like Lean on Me, man. Like, welcome to the jungle. We got funny game. We ain't had no dress code. Nigga,
That
what?
was in there where
Whatever, nigga. When I got that's what made me love high school. Cause when I got there, everybody was in street clothes. I was like, yes. Cause we was going through a thing, man. In middle school, 1 year, I think when I first got there in the 6th grade in '96, we had regular clothes. After that, dress code. After that, dress code, but then on certain days you can wear regular clothes.
Oh wow.
That shit was aggravating and disappointing. The only other school that wasn't doing that back then was Whitney Young. Whitney Young ain't care about dress code, and Wilbur Wright, I think, Harry Davis, Nathan Hale was right down the street from us. They had dress code. No, they didn't even have dress code. Cause the niggas that lived on my street, they was in street clothes when they went to school. Cause the street that I lived on, them niggas, all of them went to Nathan Hill. Nathan Hill was right up the street. I went to Audubon because I was from the other side and we moved over here. So I was going I was living on a rival school street. But it didn't really fucking matter. Them niggas ain't really, cause they knew me. They knew me for me. They ain't care about what school I went to.
They said, wherever you want to wear, just bring your ass to school.
And half of them niggas didn't. But the reason why it was like that, I'm gonna tell you why. Because in '96, right, the J's had came out. Jordan had already been out, but these particular Jordans was raw than a bitch. I think it was the ones with the I think it's the 11s. If the 10s is the patent leather ones.
Was it the retros?
No, man. Listen, that word retro just came out, right? That shit just came out. After you became born, retro came out because he was bringing back all of the old Jordans.
Gotcha.
That's what retro means. Retro is old school shit. So that's what that means. Gotcha. Now, all of the Jordans is retro because he done rebranded them, rebrought them out. But these particular ones, I think, is the 11s and the 12s. That year, 96, 97, I think the 11s and the 12s came out because the kids that was walking down Martin Luther King to go to school, a lot of the kids that was coming to our school, they were getting robbed. Like, beat up.
Shoes, yeah.
Yeah. Like, people was pulling up, robbing these motherfuckers, like, beating these little kids up and taking their shoes. Somebody tried to take my shoes before and shit, but tried to act like they was playing and shit when they got caught.
I had the 11s.
Let me see.
But I had these ones.
Yeah, no, yeah, right. Okay, so they was them the 11s. Okay, so it was the 11s and the 12s. The patent leather ones is the 11s, and the 12s is the ones behind them.
I had these ones.
Yeah, Cookie had them.
Those are my favorite. I like those ones, but I always wanted the Carolinas.
Them the ones I had. Okay, now listen. When I got to high school, these came out. These was the retros. They brought them back out. These was the first ones. Right? The patent leather ones.
I remember.
Yeah, okay. So before they was popular, right? I had a pair. And it was only me and another person in that school that had a pair. No, not them. These. I had a pair. And you know how I got them? This was before retro even came out. Like we invented that shit. Invented the swag. Me and another nigga. I even was trying out for the basketball team and I was hooping in them bitches. Niggas was like, man, where you get them motherfuckers from? They was giving me more attention on my shoes than the fucking team. So listen. I went over to Nikki's house. Nikki was standing around the corner from us, from the school. And they had them Jordans when they originally came out. Right? And they kept them. Like Larry and them, they keep up with their shit. Larry be having so many shoes, man, in good condition. Right? And I just so happened to wear the same size that they wear now. Like back then, when them bitches came out, I was a kid. You feel me? Then they bought them shoes. They held on to them. So when I grew up and became a teenager and was in high school and had teenage feet, coincidentally, I wore the same size as them now. I wear an adult size.
Oh, wow.
So I'm in their room one day, just fucking with the game, or I was doing something, and I seen them bitches. I'm like, Ooh. I'm like, Larry, let me have it. She was like, no, matter of fact, Larry was at work. Nikki was like, Larry ain't gonna give you them motherfucking shoes. So I went through the closet. I'm like, where yours at? I know yours in here. She was like, you can have mine. I don't care about them shoes. I was like, yes. I took them bitches and washed them bitches up. They was looking brand new. I went to motherfucking school the next day. They was like, where did you get those, Biscuit? Where the fuck did you get those, bro? Yeah. Where did you get them, my nigga? They follow me to motherfucking lunch, nigga. Everywhere. I was like, nope, I ain't telling you. Like that, right? And another nigga, I don't know, he was like a little drug dealing ass little young nigga and shit back then from like 105. He was like, hey, I got them bitches too. And he wore them bitches and shit. We was the only two niggas in there with the motherfucking red and black patent leather shoes. And I remember going to motherfucking a scrimmage we had. Because I was trying out for the basketball team. And I ended up making the next tryout to the scrimmage and shit, right? I got to the scrimmage and I was sitting we was on a bus. We had played Maple Heights, the Mustangs. We had got on the bus and we all rode up there. And we was on a charter bus. It was called a downstate game or some shit that was doing. And I'm sitting next to my nigga and shit. His name Meech, a little short nigga. My nigga Johnny Bone, little brother. This is my dog, man. I fucks with dog. So we was back there. We was rapping this shit. Twisted Heat. This is what we do. You know what I'm saying? Got to get that shit. But I bitches normal, like that type shit, right? I was he would always want to be Twister, and I'd be like Dragon, and we'd switch, go back and forth. But we doing that shit the whole entire time. And he like, Biscuit, man, where you get them shoes from, nigga? Like, what the fuck? Everybody was on them kicks, and then immediately. Fast forward to like a year later, that's when them gray ones came out. The cool grays, the patent leather ones, and then every year after that, that's when the retros started coming. At least that's what I remember. I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know. I wasn't no shoe getting ass nigga back then. I just came up on some shit, right? And shocked they ass like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I was in my fucking looking up and find out. I had these Jordans. They was black, blue, and yellow. They was like
A lot of his shoes was black, blue, and yellow. You gotta be specific.
I'm trying to think of like the fabric. They was almost made like these. It was made like the Jordan 5s. I believe they probably were the Jordan, but they were black, blue, and yellow.
Man, he got so many pairs of shoes with different colors, man. All of his shoes got different colors. I done had at least, that's probably like a bucket list where a nigga be like, I want to get all the Jordans before I die. At least one time, right? But no. I done had at least 10 pairs of J's. 10 different pairs of J's, I think. Go back to that list where you was looking at all of them. I used to have a card. Back when the retros was coming out and shit, they used to give you the shoe with the card of all the J's and all that shit. I done had the ones. I think I done had the ones maybe like 16 times. The Jordan ones. I had the white ones like 3 times. The black ones twice. I had a pair of all red ones. Them bitches was hard as fuck. They was suede too. I used to love them bitches. I think the ones that I had was suede. And they were them bitches was hard as fuck. I had them bitches. So that's what. Let me see. That's what. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I had some green and white ones. I had some gray and black ones. Man, I had them bitches a whole bunch of times, man. Just them shoes specifically. Then I had the 5s. I gave them to Mumu. Then I took them back before I went to jail. Then I gave them back to her. I don't know why. You feel me? I just like I don't know. I be having like back then I used to get dressed. You know what I'm saying? I used to like be a dressing ass nigga and shit, matching and coordinating and shit. And I was over there and shit one day. I was over my sister's house one day, and I'm like, oh, I need them bitches right now. I'm about to go out. Da 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 da. And I put them bitches on and just never brought them back to her. She ain't care. Cause she came to my house was like, oh, I want them, and she put them bitches on her feet and walked her little happy ass out. And I never saw them again until I saw her back again when I went to her house. For real. Cause they had the little holograph on the tongue. When the light hit the tongue, it flashed.
That's not wrong.
Yeah, and then the other ones, me and my uncle had them bitches at the same time. He ended up giving them to me. He had hard ass patent leather Cleveland Cavalier editions. I think it was like fucking number was them. But man, I had these when they first came out.
I like those.
I had red shoestrings in mine. We had went to Detroit and shit that year, and baby Kurt was up there in the room and shit. I had went up there. He was up there with his friend. He told his friend. He looked over at his friend. He was like, "You see his shoes?" His friend was like, "Yeah." He was like, "I told you they had them." He was like, baby Kurt was like, "I told you they had them. Look at them. Look at his shoes." Cause I wanted the red shoestrings. My stepfather had bought them bitches for us, and that was the nicest thing that nigga ever did
Donnie.
for me. Yeah, ever. I was like, hell yeah. What the fuck made him do that? Cause it wasn't going down like that all the time. I remember that shit like it was yesterday. Me and Muffin. She had the same. We had the same pair of shoes. And Moo. All three of us had them. Yep, she was a baby. She was like Tootsie.
Oh, her little baby. Oh,
yeah, because Stefan had them too. Because when we was going to Detroit, we all was going to Detroit. I forgot for what it was for. But Moo ended up spilling honey on her shoes. My mama was mad as fuck. She like, why the fuck you let her spill it and fill it? I was like, man, I ain't do that shit. This was the young Linda now when she was fired. You know what I'm saying? She was a Super Saiyan. Oh, man, she smacked me with a fucking brush, nigga. Listen. But she was mad though when she took our shoes and she didn't give them back to us until we got ready to go out of town. I had put the red shoestrings in mine. You know what I'm saying? I used to always get different color shoestrings. Just like that. But for real, before that, I remember getting a pair of J's. My dad had bought them. I was going to Woodland Hills Elementary School. I was in the second grade, I want to say. And the ones they had the holes in the tongue because that's how I used to carry them around. I used to stick my two fingers in them. They was red and white and gray. When them bitches first came out, he bought them bitches for me. He bought me some Timberlands, a triple fat goose coat, and a motherfucking hat. And then I never seen them again after that for like and for like 6 more Christmases. I didn't see him again ever. I don't know where the fuck he was at. He was in the military and he was on the road singing and shit. I think I don't know, but for whatever reason I didn't see him no more. I remember them. I remember that because I was looking for him and I ended up finding him. He lived down the street from my school. When I got to middle school, that's when I ended up seeing him again. In the second grade, I had got them shoes and the gifts and all of that shit. And then I ain't see that nigga again officially. I remember in my head, vaguely. I didn't see that nigga for a while until like I started middle school. Mm-hmm. So from like 93 to 96.
You see him for 3 years.
Yep, that's how it went. Mm-hmm. Because I used to always go to my grandma's house, but he was never there. He didn't live there. I didn't understand that. I didn't know what was going on, right? But yeah, so that's how that went.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe you're going your body.